In the escape room industry, every owner I speak to has changed from a job they used to do to a career they live and love. In this episode, owner and marketing fanatic Alexandar Karpov saw the trend of escape rooms emerging in the market. He took his love of adventure and passion for the big picture one step further. What started out in Montreal as a passion project with 2 rooms has now grown to over 12 different escapes at 9 locations in Canada and North and South America. Get to know Alex with me and hear how he expanded his amazing escape rooms on this episode of Find Your Escape. Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Find Your Escape. I am your host, Amanda Contreras, and I am with Alexandar Karpov, the owner of Amaze Escape Games. Alex, thank you so much for being with me today. Do I call you Alex or Alexander?
Alex is fine.
Okay, awesome. So how did you start in the escape room industry, and what did you do before, and how did you even get into playing an escape game and owning an escape company with 9 locations?
I have a marketing background, but I've always been a big fan of different adventures, creating or finding different things, and of course puzzles, thinking outside of the box, sometimes overthinking. That's what I've been always passionate. And I saw the trend of escape games start emerging. And I came to Montreal like, hey, I want to open this in my hometown, and that's how I started.
Wow. Okay. So with 9 locations, a little bit different than a lot of other people that I interview. So how did you start your very first escape room? How many rooms did you have? What kind of obstacles did you overcome? How did you even say, you know what? Okay, this is what I'm doing.
The hardest thing was to find a good right location. We've been lucky. The first location we tried became a perfect fit. We're still here at that location. Now on the first floor, we have 4 rooms.
Wow.
And on the second floor, it's our headquarters.
Okay.
We start with 2 rooms at the beginning. We build them within 3 months. And right after, we start doing the new room, and then another room, and then we open a new location, and slowly growing. Within 3 months of operation, we start doing our big marketing campaign. So it took us 3 months to make sure that the quality is there. We know how to operate. The operation is good. We have a reliable, good team. We have a manager who can take care. After we realized it's all done, all good, we did a marketing campaign, and we became fully booked for the 4 months in a row. So from May till end of August, it was 100% occupancy. We didn't expect it would be so popular, and it took us quite a bit of time to start hiring new people, making sure we know what we're doing, and just be ready for that many people.
Wow. So what are your hours that you're open?
So back then, we started at 12 o'clock every day, Monday to Thursday. Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we started at 10 a.m. and we end at 11 p.m.
So what kind of marketing did you do, and how did you make sure your team was ready? What are the aspects that you took, step 1, step 2, step 3, to make sure that you guys were ready to be fully booked? And of course, with fully booked, that means you have to be fully staffed.
Yes. It also means that it's expected from owners, from me, to work extra hours. And to prepare for this, just being every day on the floor, working with the staff, realizing that my idea of customer service is the same as they have. The team's happy. We'll also see if there are any puzzles that are too hard or too easy for clients, or maybe just hard to understand. We can fix them. We can play around. And of course, very good thing, don't have any assumptions for your employees or for your customers. And if you realize that, then it just work, everyday work, come to work, make sure everyone is smiling, everyone knows what they're doing. If there are troubles, and of course there are people
Always.
break things,
Yeah.
props breaks in the room, Just be ready to fix them or find spares or have a bypasses so the game can still continue.
And since you guys were fully booked shortly after you opened, right?
Yeah.
How did you guys deal with props breaking all the time? Because as we all know, the prop that you never think is going to break is the one that breaks at the most inopportune time on your busiest day. So how do you kind of like plan to make sure there's no catastrophe for things breaking, or you know what I mean, like at those wonderful times that they always do break?
Uh, 4 years ago, that was a catastrophe. If something breaks, you start thinking, okay, what should we do now? Running to the store, closing some games sometimes, calling people, trying to push the reservation like half an hour later, things like that. Now we have spares. We have spares for everything. When we start the game, if we have a printed material, we print 3-4 copies just in case. Even if we would never use them, we still and then bypasses. So if the crucial element of the game breaks, we our game masters trained to be able to guide the team around these problems. They still have fun, and that what matters.
Right, exactly. And then you had said something that's really important to me is customer service. How did you get your game masters ready to handle fully booked right away with smiles and happiness and anything? Is there anything core values that you bring into your business?
Yeah. I personally believe we've been very lucky having a great team at the beginning. Passionate people, people who love what they're doing. That's a new industry, something new, and they had great amount of fun working, and it always helps. And then trainings, discussing what to do with the bad customers, what to do if something breaks, just training, and we have some policies, rules that we implemented during this process, and that's what we did.
And do you find that it's because sometimes people, like when they open up escape rooms, they feel like they have to have all the answers right now. And for me, and maybe it's the same for you, you can let me know, is that you don't have all the answers right away. It's always like you have to be flexible. You have to be able to go, oh, you know what? I thought this was a great policy, but now we need to change it to like have a completely different policy and we have to move this around. And do you find that's easier to kind of play it by ear and then figure out what works for your each location? I'm sure each location is semi different to be
Yeah.
able to kind of like, have that flow of things.
You could never be 100% ready for customers, for all the problems, and you just need to understand and be ready that something will be changed, or you need to change, or something unexpected will happen.
Right.
And that's nothing you can do with it. No matter how many games or locations you opened, it's still gonna happen. We had we built one location within 5 weeks, opened one room, starting from getting the keys to the first client. And another location, it took us 9 months to build. So both things, it's super short and super long. And still we had problems in both locations, and different problems, different things. And you just, you see them, you face them, and you try to solve them.
So tell me about we'll go down your first location. The first location is you started in Montreal.
Yes.
And how did you start out with the 4 rooms, or did you start out with two and then get bigger?
We start with 2 rooms, prison break and med scientist laboratory. Then we open the shorter experience, 30-minute escape game, Lost Temple. Then we open the fourth room, the biggest one, and then only then we open a new location.
Do all of your locations have different games, or do some of them have the same game?
All locations has different games, except the one in Central America.
Oh.
Central America, it has our game that we create in Montreal, but with slightly twist, and of course knowing all our problems here,
Yeah.
3 years difference helped us create them better.
So with 9 locations, how many games do you have total?
We have right now It's very hard to count, to be honest. In Montreal, we have right now 9 games plus 3 mobile games, one which is available only during the summer, and we're opening 3 more.
3 more mobile games.
3 more normal games.
Oh, normal games.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like 3 more rooms scenarios.
Okay, so tell me all the games that you have, if you can, with each mission. So let's start with Montreal. What games are in that location, and what's the mission of those rooms?
Starting with the first location, Prison Break, Mad Scientist Laboratory, Lost Temple, Military Facility. The second location, Bank Robbery, Magic Academy, Medieval Dungeon, Bunker.
Okay.
Another location, Casino Robbery and Serial Killer.
Okay.
Another location, Spacecraft Horizon.
Okay.
And as the mobile games, we have Steal the Car, Disarm the Bomb, and Heist.
Oh, fun! Oh my God! Okay, that's awesome. And now, are all of your rooms 60 minutes?
No, we have from 15 minutes as the mobile game up to 1 hour.
Okay, and then for your stable locations, does each room hold the same amount of people?
No, we have from 5 people up to 10 people.
Okay. Wow, that's awesome. And how did you get to open up a location in South America?
We had an opportunity, and we saw the market there is emerging, and there were no a lot of escape games. Actually, there were none, and we decided to open something again based on opportunity. And now we have 2 locations there.
So, do you consider yourself? I mean, I can see that, but do you consider yourself someone who's very open-minded to just opportunities everywhere because you just know it's going to work out?
With a lot of work and effort, I believe a lot of things can be achievable.
Uh-huh.
Nothing given as granted.
Right.
And for the past 4 years, we had a lot of opportunities to open different countries, cities, but each opportunity I carefully calculated and see if it's gonna work. And after that, just go for it.
Alexander, thank you so much for being on the show. I had such a pleasure. We're going to link your website, all of your websites and phone numbers and social media down below. Guys, thank you so much for staying here and watching our whole episode of Find Your Escape. I will see you next time. Have a wonderful day.